You can list these airplanes for months and months, and no serious buyer will show up. They sit on the ramp with their for sale signs gathering dust because the moment a pilot or buyer starts to dig, the problems surface, the maintenance costs balloon, and the value crashes. With soaring insurance rates, scarce parts, and structural or design flaws, these aircraft have become nearly unsellable in today's market. Today on Aviation Ninja, we run down 8 planes so problematic they can't be sold, and why the cheap price on the tag often masks a financial black hole waiting for the next owner. Piper Aero 2. At first glance, the Aero 2 looks like a modest retractable, but owners increasingly discover that in 2025 the maintenance and repair burdens are crushing. Clean examples once traded around $40,000 to $60,000, but now even a bargain Aero digs in around $25,000 to $45,000 because shops factor in a full inspection backlog. The retractable landing gear system is the Achilles heel. Frequent hydraulic seal leaks, gear motor failures, and expensive overhauls, often $8,000 to $15,000, scare off buyers. The O320 engine is low-powered and struggles when the aircraft is loaded, leading to repeated overheating, cylinder issues, and expensive repairs. Fuel economy is poor for a retractable, especially with rising avgas prices, making operating costs unattractive. Many Aero 2s also suffer from dated avionics, cracked instrument panels, and electrical quirks that demand rewiring. A $6,000 to $10,000 job many sellers neglect. Add corrosive wear in older metal airframes, cracked windows, outdated upholstery, and an owner history of deferred maintenance, and the Aero becomes a project plane, not a flyaway bargain. In 2025, tooling and parts for old Aeros are hard to find quickly, and buyer demand drops sharply once they see work orders. What once looked like a step-up plane becomes a heavy financial anchor many pilots refuse to take. Grumman AA-5A Cheetah. The Cheetah has quietly become one of the hardest light singles to sell. At first glance, it's sporty, but the bonded wing construction causes major problems on older units. Delamination, loose bonding, and corrosion between adhesive layers require extremely expensive repairs, often exceeding $10,000 to $18,000. The airplane is notorious for extremely small rudder authority at low speeds, leading to unstable handling on takeoff and landing. The canopy design causes poor cabin cooling, cracked plexiglass, and sun damage. Replacements cost $4,000 plus. Parts availability has shrunk dramatically, especially for control surfaces, cowling pieces, and canopy hardware. Insurance companies classify older bonded wing Grummans as higher risk, driving premiums up each year. The O320 engine is reliable, but often overdue for overhaul on cheaper listings, a $28,000 to $35,000 expense. Many Cheetahs have outdated wiring and alternator issues that demand expensive electrical work. What seems like a fun budget plane becomes a technical and financial commitment that scares off buyers fast. Beechcraft Sierra. The Beechcraft Sierra Model 24 replacement attempt once seemed like a promising tourer, but today it's one of the hardest sells in the piston market. Sierra airframes now trade around $35,000 to $55,000, and even at that price they linger on the ads month after month. Their appeal died when parts support slowly evaporated after production ceased. Engines, typically Continental IO series, demand overhauls that cost $38,000 to $48,000, and replacement mags, fuel pumps, and exhaust stacks are increasingly hard to source. The complex retractable gear and variable pitch propeller add layers of maintenance complexity that scare off general buyers. Reports of gear failures and prop strike repairs, often in the $10,000 to $20,000 range, make buyers wary. Inside, the cabin wood veneer and upholstery aging is apparent, requiring interior refurbishments just to pass an inspection. Avionics panels are dated, and upgrading to IFR legal standards often costs more than the plane's market value. Each search for parts, from landing gear components to cowling clips, returns nothing or extreme shipping delays. No mechanic networks specialize in Sierras anymore, so labor becomes expensive when available. In 2025, a Sierra remains a collectible only for die-hard enthusiasts who expect to spend far more than what it's worth, meaning the pool of buyers is almost empty. Piper Aztec. The twin-engine Piper Aztec looked like a reliable light twin for decades, but by 2025 its reputation has deteriorated badly. Earlier Aztecs once sold around $60,000 to $90,000, but now listings of $35,000 to $65,000 gather dust in the classifieds. The culprit is the aging twin Lycoming engines. Overhauls now run $55,000 to $75,000 per engine, and many Aztecs sit overdue or semi-neglected. The fuel and exhaust systems suffer from corrosion, especially in humid climates, turning even small repairs into multi-thousand-dollar jobs. Gear issues and complicated retractable system maintenance keep yearly expenses high. On top of that, avionics and instrument upgrades are almost mandatory to meet modern VFR/IFR standards, a cost of $30,000 to $50,000. Insurance rates for older twins are climbing, and many underwriters are refusing coverage unless recent engine overhauls are documented. Depreciation continues despite price reductions, because typical buyers are pushed away by the expense backlog. Without a recent overhaul history, a clean logbook, and fresh maintenance, the Aztec becomes effectively unsellable, even if the asking price is low. Cessna 210. The older retractable gear Cessna 210 once commanded respect as a capable high-performance single, but in 2025 it has become a tough sell. Early 210s formerly sold for $80,000 to $120,000, but now many are priced between $50,000 and $80,000. Yet they still don't attract buyers. The reason? Deferred maintenance. Retractable gear plus complex fuel and electrical systems means each inspection turns up corrosion, worn gear actuators, leaky seals, and repairs easily exceeding $12,000 to $18,000. Engine time has piled up. Many IO 540s are nearing TBO and require overhauls costing $45,000 to $60,000. Old avionics, panel corrosion, and fuel selector issues make IFR use risky. Add to that weight and performance limitations on hot days and high-altitude fields. Buyers evaluating 210s in 2025 often run the numbers and compare them unfavorably to newer, simpler four-seaters. Without a recent overhaul and full maintenance history, the 210 turns into a liability rather than an opportunity, and the pool of buyers shrinks to nearly zero. Mooney M20E. The M20E once had a following, but by 2025, it's lost most of its shine. Used examples now sell for $45,000 to $70,000, yet many remain unsold because maintenance cost expectations kill any perceived value. The M20E uses older metal airframe construction, and decades of use show in corrosion, worn control surfaces, and brittle landing gear components. Overhauls for its engine, usually a Lycoming variant, now run $38,000 to $48,000. The fixed gear design doesn't save much on fuel, but the narrow cabin, older systems, and dated avionics make it feel obsolete. Replacement parts are increasingly hard to source because Mooney's support network has thinned. Electrical wiring issues are common, particularly in earlier serial numbers, making rewires, often $6,000 to $10,000, necessary before resale. Fuel burn is average, but the combination of outdated comfort, poor resale demand, and constant maintenance backlog discourages buyers. Many sellers keep asking prices hoping someone will gamble, but most pilots reject the M20E as a financial headache rather than a bargain. Piper Cherokee 235. The Cherokee 235 PA 28-235 once offered excellent payload and a robust Lycoming 540 engine. Early on, buyers willingly paid $90,000 to $130,000. Now in 2025, even well-maintained 235 struggle to sell at $60,000 to $90,000 because the costs and downsides have piled up. The heavy engine and airframe cause structural stress, leading to frequent inspections and repairs around the firewall, engine mounts, and gear. Engine overhauls are expensive, $45,000 to $60,000, and fuel burn is high for a piston single, meaning operating costs are significant. Parts supply remains available, but demand for upgrades and fixes has dropped, which increases wait times and makes maintenance more expensive. Landing gear maintenance, plumbing, fuel pump replacements, and occasional AD compliance work further raise ownership costs. The aircraft's size seems attractive, but the weight and performance compromises limit its appeal. Buyers looking for modern efficiency often skip the 235, leaving it stagnant in classifieds. Without major investment and frequent maintenance, the Cherokee 235 remains a tough sell. Rockwell Commander 112. The Commander 112 promised a roomy cabin and smooth performance, but by 2025 it is widely regarded as one of the hardest piston singles to resell. Clean examples once sold for $75,000 to $110,000. Now many are listed at $50,000 to $80,000, yet few buyers call. The aircraft's heavy metal airframe and underpowered 260 horsepower engine make performance mediocre, which, combined with high fuel and maintenance costs, discourages pilots. Replacement parts are scarce and expensive, pushing small repairs into $5,000 to $10,000 ranges even for basic items like windows, interior trim, or landing light assemblies. Electrical wiring is notorious for degradation, often requiring comprehensive rewires at $10,000 to $15,000. Landing gear systems and tires are outdated, leading to frequent leaks and gear door issues. Many Commander 112s also show corrosion in wing spars and spars carry through, requiring costly structural inspections and repairs, often $15,000 to $25,000 when discovered. Insurance companies treat it as a high-risk aircraft, making premiums steep for even cautious pilots. Overall, the Commander 112 combines poor performance, high maintenance burden, and dwindling support, a triple threat that kills demand faster than any low asking price can revive it. If you ever wondered why some airplanes never move off the market, these 8 examples give you the brutal truth. Low asking price doesn't mean low cost. It often means hidden liabilities, outdated systems, expensive engine or structural work, and poor buyer confidence. These aircraft stand as warnings. Sometimes cheap isn't a bargain, it's a burden. If you value your time, money, and sanity, take a pass on these troubled planes. Thanks for watching Aviation in Jia. Like, subscribe, and stay smart before you buy.